All right, I'm here with Liquid Tyler. End of day one, MLG. Pretty good day for you. You made your goal in WCS. Tell me how that went.
Well, I had not the hardest path, but not the easiest path either. I played Yada, who's a Protoss, and beat him 2-1. That was it's kind of scary, but I felt like in the standard games I was playing better, so I felt kind of comfortable. Then I played Poke Bunny, and I beat him 2-0. I kind of beat him in a standard game, game one, really solid. He seemed a little nervous, I think, making some mistakes, and that'll happen to the less experienced players. And then in game two, he tried a 1-1-1, and then he expanded. It didn't work, and I just got a huge advantage, and that was over. Then I played Theognis and beat him 2-1, and I kind of rolled him game one, and then he adjusted his strategy for game two in a really smart way that countered what I do. And then
What did you do?
What I like to do is play pretty defensively off two base for a while, and my third is usually kind of slow. And so what he did was he faked pressure a little bit. He got his little force and some medevacs, and he was, threatening to drop me and stuff. So I'm sitting there turtling, and at the time when I'm fully saturated and I want to add gates and expand at the same time, I just sat there and added gates and I didn't expand. And he was, meanwhile, taking an early third. I only had one observer, so I didn't see it. I used my observer to track his army. And he got ahead. We maxed out, and then he caught me out of position when we were both maxed out, and he just rolled me. But then I won game three. I think that one was kind of standard. I don't remember. And at that point, I had qualified. I was top 12. And then I played Ranged, who's a Protoss, and he's on a pretty sick run. And I won the first game, really solid, good timing, just kind of rolled him. And then game two, I wanted to do the same thing, and I kind of messed up my build, and I also forgot Colossus range. And so, I was poking around, and because what I like to do is kind of poke with my Colossus, lead with the Colossus actually, and then poke and try to get a few free kills. And when he charges in, I just walk back, and there's nothing that they can really do about that. That Colossus rest is pretty sick, and I didn't realize that I didn't have range, but none of my Colossi were really hitting anything, and I didn't figure it out. And then I was like, well, damn, I guess I just can't break him. And so I sat back and tried to turn it into a macro game. But he had been playing for a long macro game the whole time. And so when he hit his timing, he was maxed out with better upgrades, a better composition. And I still didn't have Colossus range. And he just rolled me. And then game three was on Entombed Valley. And I went for a pure Blink Stalker build. Really fast rush, and he was going for a 1-1-1 where you get Phoenix and gateway units and then Observer and Immortals, and I felt like I had him in a good spot, but he went up his ramp and he started force fielding it, and of course I don't have an Observer, but as far as I know on some other ramps that I've tested it on, you have to use two force fields to completely block it off from a blink, because if you put it too low, then you blink over, and if you put it too high, then you can just stand there and get vision. And it seemed like on this ramp on Entombed Valley that he had it with just one force field. So I sat at the bottom of his ramp with this timing that I've done successfully against force field blocks before, and I couldn't do anything. And by the time I finally got up there, he had three Immortals, and I tried to fight it because I was kind of all in, and I barely lost, and then the game dragged on, and then he killed me. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know who I'm going to play next, but I'm just happy that I qualified top 12, top 16 qualified. I'm top 12.
And when is North American Nationals?
It's going to be at Raleigh, the next MLG event.
Cool.
The summer championship.
And you decided not to play MLG this time? Why is that?
It's because I didn't have a lot of practice leading up to this. I've been spending a lot of time with family because I was just going to move from my hometown, San Antonio, Texas, to Oakland because my wife is starting her residency for pediatrics. And so I spent a lot of time with family all of May, and of course I had to move my house, and that took a lot of work. And I practiced and streamed in the times that I could, and I think that helped me today, but it really didn't add up to much. And most importantly, like the last 10 days, zero practice. Like I played Zinio 2 games at E3, and that's like, those are the only games I played in the last 10 days, and I showed up. So I'm like really happy with my result, but that's why like MLG open bracket is so difficult, and I would be hard pressed, like really tired if I had to play both, and that's what some other guys are doing, and it's tough. So I just focused on getting top 16.
All right, well, it seems like you accomplished your goal, but it's like you still play out for seeding, right? Like in North America, or is it just like qualifiers just go?
I don't know how much the seeding matters. I suppose it'll matter, but there's actually prize money, a lot of prize money. First place gets $12K.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
But then it like drops real fast. Second place gets $3K.
Oh.
So it's,
Oh.
yeah, but I
The
think
fool's gold ones.
yeah. So I'm just gonna make it as far as I can. You know, each time I like hit another tier.
Do they have extended series?
No.
So it's extended series in MLG, but not in WCS.
Yes.
So technically, we have no extended series in a tournament that was run by MLG.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I have to play what
There's-
ranged again.
I wonder where this stand was made, because you would think like if MLG's running it and they have full reign, there'd be extended series. But you know, this is a Blizzard tournament in partnership with MLG, so I feel like there must have been some conflict behind the scenes.
Button heads.
Yeah, maybe I can dig that out at some after parties or something.
Well, you got to try out Heart of the Swarm then tomorrow or the next day when you're done.
Yeah. I've heard some crazy stuff. So
There's a Protoss unit that it's like a tiny mothership that does mothership-like things, and you can build it super early.
yeah, it sounds good. And maybe they should change. What's the name of it? Is it Tiny Mothership?
It's mothership mini. I call it the mini mothership.
Okay.
And I was describing it to Jinro and Hater, and they were just like totally not believing me. I was like, "There's this like tiny mothership that you can build super early, and it does all these things." And they're like, "Yeah, okay."
But what's its real name? Do you know its real name?
Mothership core,
Mothership Core.
And then you upgrade it to mothership.
and then it grows into
Oh,
a
okay.
larger mothership.
So this is the core of the mothership, and you can
Strangely,
pop
it looks
that out.
exactly like a mothership.
It can only sit on top of a nexus, and then you can.
Yeah, it can only be on a nexus.
Okay, so it
and it
doesn't
teleports
have,
everywhere.
It doesn't have its thrusters.
Correct.
But it does all the stuff that the mothership can't do. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not like all the mothership abilities weakened. It's like it does things that the mothership literally can't do. Like,
Yeah.
it can recharge shields of stuff, and it can recharge energy of stuff. So, like,
Okay.
if it's on top of a nexus and you spend the energy of it, it can
Yeah.
recharge the nexus to full energy,
Mass recall.
and it can, like, recall and stuff.
Okay.
Cybernetic work.
And
So-
then there's a
yeah.
Protoss unit that has 22 range. You know, like that one.
Yeah, I heard about that. That sounds good.
It's like Dustin Browder went back to Red Alert, the game that he made, and was like, I want to bring that allied cruiser back.
Oh yeah.
And
Dude, I
that
played
thing shot
game.
like 3 screens.
Yeah, but it wasn't accurate.
Yeah, but there's like, I remember playing on this Red Alert map,
Yeah.
and I played my friend, and we were playing each other, and it was a complete land map, but randomly there's like this little lake, like really tiny on the map.
Yeah.
And I built like 10 cruisers in that little lake, and he would like walk up and just die, and he'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So Dustin Browder made this unit, and it's like super crazy. Plus 12 range.
That's good, man. I want to try it out. It might balance the game. You know, because when Heart of the Swarm, like when we played it at BlizzCon, like Protoss was really light on things that actually improved their ability to kill armies. Like Zerg and Terran got all these like sick upgrades to existing units, and Protoss got none, I think. And then the units that were
What
added.
about the pylon cannon?
Okay, well that stuff was good. I mean, but how far is that going to take you?
What about the thing that can just stop others from mining for a minute?
They could just kill it.
Yeah, they can kill it.
Yeah,
They
but-
just it wasn't that great. But in the end, if you maxed out on that like build of Heart of the Swarm as Protoss, then you would have essentially the same army as you did in Wings of Liberty.
We
but
know that army's so weak, though.
it's good, but they can already deal with it in Wings of Liberty. But in Heart of the Swarm, in that build, they already
Terran
had
can't
so
deal
much
with it.
stuff. Yeah, they can.
With what?
With all their stuff, man. Just build one of everything and like
Yeah, it's so just Terrans just build one of everything and attack
Yeah.
move into the max Protoss army.
yeah.
When you were playing Diognis and it was max versus max, me and Victor were standing there just laughing because we knew that as soon as the fight would happen, the Colossus would just melt everything instantly because that's how Protoss goes, and that's exactly what happened.
Hey, if the Protoss, if you could do that, you earned it. The Terran already lost the game, and then what Dustin Browder has done is he's made it so the Terran loses the game, and then 5 minutes later, there's like a show of fireworks and lasers where the Terran dies in a blaze of glory. It's not imbalanced. This is just like a 5-minute death animation.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, that's how it is, man.
Okay, I've never seen it put that way, but that's cool. So maybe you'll be throwing 22 range balls, death animation.
Yeah.
At the Terrans and Zergs next time.
Oh, hey, the thing I wanted to say was I won the Red Alert ladder. Like Westwood Studios,
What?
they made the game. They would host an online ladder.
Did you rush tanks?
Yeah, you had to. I mean, if you wanted to win, yeah.
How many
And I
harvesters did you
won.
build?
I got number 1, and they sent me like a video card or something. Harvesters? I don't remember my build.
You don't remember you strike me as someone that would definitely remember the Red Alert build.
No, I don't.
How many ore refineries did you have?
It depended on the map. You know that it was so imbalanced because you could, if you started up your game and then you picked a certain color and a certain map and you hosted, and the maps were so bad that there were imbalanced positions, you could determine what position you got, and you could get a position that was better than the other one.
Did you play Soviets or Allies?
Both. You would play. Well, the smart people would play half and half because the prizes were the same for top 3 Soviet, top 3 Ally,
Oh.
and then so at the end of the
What'd you
season,
rush with allies?
could just switch. You could do one heavier and become that one. Tanks. That's
Which
all you
one?
could
There's
do is
2 types of tanks. There's a light tank and there's a
you don't
medium.
build-
I know my shit.
I think we killed some people with light tank builds, but I think it was mostly medium tank.
And then the Soviets you built heavy tanks, right?
Yeah.
Not the mammoth
They're
ones.
like-
Those suck.
Yeah, like the 2 cannons. Yeah, but you had to do the Q trick. You know the Q trick.
The hell is that?
Oh, so you don't know your shit. This is how
I'm
you.
not like a Red Alert. Like
Okay.
like I was really bad at Red Alert.
So for some reason, I don't know why this was in the game, but like so in Red Alert, in that version of Red Alert anyway, like if you attack something with a tank, it just stood there and attacked, like it couldn't move and shoot at the same time. But if you like held down Q at the proper times, you could move and shoot at the same time, and like you can miss in that game. Like I was saying with the cruisers, like it shoots out, and like if it hits something, it does full damage. If it kind of hits something, I think it did partial damage, and then it can completely miss. So that's all the game was like rushing the tanks, and then your armies meet, and then whoever can micro better with the Q trick won.
Why is it Q? That makes no sense.
I don't know. This is true. This is how it was.
Could you imagine if like there's some MLG and we're playing and then like some guy just like randomly his like roaches do something different because he presses some like random key? Like seriously?
Yeah.
I'd be put it past Browder to throw that in there.
Yeah. Well, Browder. That wasn't Browder's Red Alert. He came later.
Oh, okay.
But as far as I know, at least, maybe he was on the team. He wasn't lead designer though. Maybe he put in the Q trick.
Well, that's an interesting factoid about you.
Yeah, man. I won a video card. I was like,
You should play
12 years
Apollo.
old.
He's like really good at Red Alert.
Oh well, the latest Red Alert. I didn't even play it.
Oh, wow.
Well, isn't it? It's not even Red Alert. Like it was Command and Conquer Red Alert, and then there's new Command and Conquers. I don't think there's any more Red Alerts. I played Red Alert Aftermath,
Okay.
which was like the expansion.
Okay. All right. It's a little known fact about you. Okay.
Thanks.
Well, good luck tomorrow, and we'll get your thoughts at Raleigh when you play in North American Nationals.
Raleigh.
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 Am I mispronouncing it?
It's just Raleigh. There's no. It's you think it would be Lay, but
That's how it's spelled.
I lived there. Well, I didn't live in Raleigh, but I lived in the triangle of Raleigh, Chapel Hill, Durham.
That's what I said. I said Raleigh.
Raleigh, not Raleigh.
That's what I said.
Okay. Good. Because people say like rally, and I'm just like, get out of here.
All right. Well, I already had a discussion about pronunciations with Katz, so.
Oh, he's a good person to
Yeah.
ask.
All right. Okay. Oh yeah.
Check it out, dudes. No, the little App Factory. You got to play the Sudoku Touch.
It's shiny things now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's their shiny things. Just search for Sudoku Touch on your app store or whatever and get it. I've been playing it all the time in my spare time. Get that because that's made by these guys who have supported us a ton.
And it's a fun game.
Yeah, it's good. And Razer and Twitch. Thanks, guys.
Nice looking hoodie.
Oh, yeah, man. Are these for sale soon?
Yeah, they are. They're gonna be set for sale soon.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm pimping them in every single. They
don't get the patches, though.
Yeah, the patches are.
That's pro level.
Yeah.
Practice hard, kids. This could be you
You
someday.
make Grandmaster. All right.